Well, greetings everybody, and welcome to yet another edition of the show we call the Inworld Review. Yes, indeed. Now, you might be wondering what the Inworld is. Yeah. We've only got one planet, so it's got to be something different, hasn't it? Unless it's a current affairs show for the world. Nah. Inworld is referring to in the virtual world. And we cover all the grids and regions and things that are actually online in virtuality, but are connected by something that's called a hypergrid. There are some old-fashioned worlds around. You may have heard of Second Life, for example, one of the originals that is very similar, but it's a walled garden. It's a corporate estate, so it's not open source, whereas everything authored with OpenSim is connected on the hypergrid. So you can imagine we've got a wealth of things to actually look for. Today, as a guest, I was wandering around on a sort of what's on, where's where site called OpenSim World, in fact. And I was sort of thinking, well, we got to look around for some of the people we don't have on our list already, you know. So I was going into OpenSim World and looking at the pretty pictures and thinking, that's one. And I actually found a place. This wasn't today, it was the other day actually, but I found a place called Caneville. And fortunately, the proprietor there was online, ready to greet me and try and get me on horseback, but that didn't quite happen. Oh. But I was able to hijack her to come on this show. So she's our guest today. Anyway, full introductions here. On my right-hand side is my right-hand man. He of the sitting routines and, of course, the knob fiddling. The knobs in question, of course, are video, audio kind of knobs, not what you might think. And so welcome, James.
Oh, thank you, Mel. As always, it's a great pleasure to be here. Thanks for bringing us together.
Wonderful. And my regular co-host on my left-hand side, that is, it's Tosha Ryran. Welcome, Tosha.
Hi, welcome. Oh, thank you. No, welcome. I see I have advanced from occasional to regular. Thank you.
Yes, you asked me, and I said yes.
I'm very proud of that.
Yes, and you're getting very good at it too. I'll hand the show over to you at one point, you know.
Yep.
Then I can do a politician thing of going sleeping on the virtual couch and watching people like an audience.
Yeah.
Not yet, though. Bit more practice, yeah. Okay. And also, as I mentioned, we've got a special guest on the couch today. Her name is Pan, as in Peter Pan, and then Kane, as in Solomon Kane. So her name's probably up somewhere. So Pan Kane. Welcome, Pan.
Thank you. Hi, I'm very happy to be here and was just thrilled when I saw you pop on the region yesterday, and you were quiet for a long time, so I thought, okay, I'm going to leave him alone for now. And then
it's called filming.
Yes, I knew. That's what I kind of figured. I thought, oh, this is really exciting, so I'll just let him be.
Well, yeah, it's lovely to have you here and to be discussing your equally lovely region, I hasten to add.
Thank you.
Right, I think I'm just going to go down through some slides before we actually look at your region. In fact, simply because if I get it done, I've got it done, if you see what I mean. On our big screen here, we've got a couple of pictures at the moment. These are from Thursday Ember's blog, which is hgsafari.blogspot.com. And, of course, what I haven't got there is the text that goes with them. But anyway, these are some places she reported on this week, so you can check them all out at hgsafari.blogspot.com. Some we've been to before on the famous safaris, and when Safari starts up next month, we'll probably be going to some of the other ones too. So the next set of pictures, dark and moody, castles and things like that here, by the look of it.
Wow.
Some fireworks going off there, moon in the sky. I think you've got the moon in the sky too, haven't you, Kane? Pam, sorry, if I remember. And strange days indeed. What are these little furry things? Oh, this is a Japanese build, I think, despite the fact the silhouette actually, yeah, it's a Japanese build that Thursday went to see. It's in silhouette, it looks a bit Western, but as you can see, Don't know what. Oh, he's got a fan. That's it. Very delicate. Sort of. I don't know what the little boppy creatures around. They're probably some kind of Japanese folklore or something. But
They're cute, whatever they are.
whatever they are, yeah. Right. This one, I've got 7 slides here. I forget which this is because it's not a visit I was on. I'm just pulling the pictures in. Oh yes, it was a racing club. I think this is a new version of somewhere we visited on Safari.
It is the new racing track in Pangaea, I think.
Yeah, Pangaea, of course. Yeah. So we've had kind of fun on these sort of things before, but I get the impression it's either a different region or it's been rebuilt.
Oh, I would have fun on that.
Yeah, and then they haven't. I don't know quite when, but it's easy to find out in one of the blog spots of Thirsa. They have a special event when they will open the track, and it promises to be a lot of fun.
Looks like it would be.
I presume that lady was the host. I can't tell you anything more at this point. Oh, and one of Thirsa's animated GIFs, so you can actually see the thing walking, talking, driving.
Oh my God, that track's huge.
She's standing there, so she wasn't the driver.
Yeah, it's big. I didn't think it would be that big. Wow.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's just a little bit of it.
Wow, yeah, that track's huge. There are going to be a lot of people on there all at once. That would be fun.
We did go on to one quite a long while ago on Safari that seemed like a very small area, and it was about 1 sim or 2 or maybe, I don't know. But it went up and it went up and it went up. And eventually the actual road that you're driving along went up, and it went off the edge of a sim and into a hidden bit. And you could have spent days in there. It's a world in itself because it was a vertical world rather than a world spread out.
I hate to admit it, but I'm a terrible driver, but it is so much fun anyways,
Yeah. Oh, any vehicle in the virtual world is a problem for me. As a problem to you. Yeah, to me too.
Driving
is just not.
I just cannot coordinate my fingers. So.
Well, I can't even ride my pedal bike anymore. But in real life that is. But I used to, and I handlebars, and you can do it. But the virtual controls to do virtually the same thing just don't seem to click with me. I sort of turn and then I haven't turned, I've flown off the edge of the track or something.
But it sure is fun. It's also fun if you're crashing. I mean, nothing happens.
No, it doesn't. It's just fun.
Back in the old days, Abbey Worlds here was something that Maria Koloff and I, when she was on this show, used to joke about as being the yo-yo world. It's run by a chap called Alex or something. I haven't been there or been bothered to be there for a while because I never know if it's going to be there or not, or who's running it or what. But Thirsa did actually brave that to visit them, and she took some pictures there. I think that is Alex pop-up or whatever, pop-up, should I say, himself. And this is obviously a little meeting with the people there. And that's always Thirsa ready to catch the dance. And that is a really boring doggy. Come on, dog, you could at least join in. Not having it. Never mind. And
it's a German Shepherd. They don't dance.
They just guard.
Yeah, exactly.
and they bark when you dance. You dance, yeah. That's quite a nice contraption, isn't it? It's a sort of fairgroundy type thing.
That's fun.
Yeah. So actually, all 4 of those blogs this week, sort of fairly didn't have much in the way of pictures. Although the one here on Abbey Worlds did actually contain. What was it? Let's see if I can just reload it that way. There we are. Josh, sorry, that was his word. Josh Bowen. There's quite a sort of interview with him as part of so we've got the pictures and you've got him chatting and various links to that. Right. Okay. I did mean to actually, before we start, I'll just ask you, Pan, have you got a blog site or a website, sorry, for your grid, or is it just totally the grid?
No, we don't. We've thought about it, but we just haven't because we're really,
Yeah.
so I have the farm and I do have a mall. It's my little small town America is what I call it. And then we're trying to do some other buildings. So we just really haven't done anything yet. I think once we are finally to that point where we have like multiple places to go to, yeah, I think we will. Just not yet.
Right. Okay, it's just so we could, if you had, we'd have put it on the screen for the viewers, so to check in. But we'll stick with the login address for the moment, and we'll get that on screen at some point. I'm sure. Right. So let's start talking about Caneville. Okay, I don't know why I keep coming to call you Pam or Pan. I'll get there in the end. I'll call you Peter. That gets around it, doesn't it? No, Pan. Okay, let's start talking about this now. While we're talking, I'm going to be running some pretty rudimentary 5-minute film or something I saw from the air the other day, just so there's something for people to watch while we're talking. And those in World here can see it on the middle screen, of course. Where did you come from? Where did you start with all this? Because you've obviously spent quite a while with this. Were you originally in the other place, as we call it, or even places before that?
So of course, Second Life, that's where I started, and I spent way too much time in there. I mean, I don't know, 20 years or so or whatever, some just ridiculous amount of time. Anyway, and it was so funny because I resisted coming over here to Grid. I just couldn't. I couldn't imagine it. I don't know why. I resisted forever, and then I came over here with a friend, and I've never gone back.
People saw it in the early days, did understandably sort of think, well, it's not quite Second Life yet, and it's true, it wasn't, but it didn't take long. No. And of course, here everything is open. It's open source.
Oh my gosh!
And, you've got things like NPCs and stuff that.
And the building to start with was always much more fun.
Yes.
In Open Sim than in Second Life, where you had the biggest thing was in the beginning 10 by 10, pieces, and here you had from the very beginning 256 by 256. So that's quite a difference, one prim.
Yeah, huge. And it's just, it costs so much money in Second Life. And I'm like, yeah, no, I got to quit that, and came over here. And of course, I met this wonderful man, Alex, who is my Inworld husband, who he's just let me do whatever I want, however big, small, whatever. I mean, it's been fantastic, to say the least.
Oh, it's nice when somebody comes along and hands you that freedom.
Oh my God!
Yeah, what's the actual size of this? Because is it 2 by 2?
I think so.
Yeah.
I've been playing on it for so long I don't remember, but
it's funny when I looked at it from the air when I was doing this film a few days ago. It was I was doing this sort of rough thing of in and out, which I kind of do. But I was sort of getting to the edges and everything else. But when I went again this morning and decided to film at ground level, I suddenly realized how huge it was.
Oh,
I was moving my camera at the same height as me, and I was, colliding with trees and doing all the things I tend to do very well.
But it sure looks lovely. Say, Pen, do you build the things or do you collect them and decorate them?
I collect and decorate, and then modify what I can to make it work for whatever I'm trying to do. And
you do a really beautiful job. Really, it's very looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I did say to Ben earlier, I recognize some of these buildings, but I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's not just that you can pick up a building somewhere and think that's nice, I like one of them, but it's actually, you can't just dump it down. You've got to think where to put it and how to design the environment around it is going to look and what function it's going to have. So it's all, you turn a corner and think, oh, this is familiar, but it's not.
But it is kind of, yeah. This was totally Well, the dock and everything, that's been the way it has been this whole time. And then as you went into the farm, there used to be more of a farm because I used to have the older farming system where you
Oh, yeah.
grew all the crops and fed everybody and watered everybody and had water towers and things all over the place. So it was just, oh my God, the amount of time that we used to spend.
Yeah, I remember because we visited years ago when
Yes.
the farming thing started off, and you could get the kit and everything, and oh God, you had to feed them, and then and it wasn't just the animals; it was the crops and everything too. But
It was everything. Yeah,
I know
we had my little Smurf little
late-
NPCs on there, but
yeah. Well, my late partner did in Second Life, cattery sort of thing with those, cat breeding and all that sort of stuff. Which is sort of market. But I mean, it cost, even in Linden's, it cost quite a lot of money because you had to buy enough milk for all your cats. You have to watch out they were breeding, so you didn't get unwanted skins on fur, whatever, and of course in Second Life, it actually cost. I'm just wondering, did that sister, I know it cost in time. I'm very well aware how much time it cost, but did it actually cost any virtual money or stuff to run that when you had it as a farm?
No, that was, I mean, I was thrilled to death when I came over here and realized I could get all of this and I didn't spend a dime for it. I just had to have the land, of course.
Yeah.
So, and then here comes Alex. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it was cute because, he was asking me, well, how big of a space do you need? And I'm like, I don't know, because I'd had it my vision in my head that I wanted, well, the farm itself in a nice big like square type thing where everything's right in the middle, because they always tell you for your NPCs to work right, you need to keep it in a nice area where they don't go too far out and then build everything around it. So what I had envisioned was this. I just never had the land. And so
I can't remember when I first got a piece of land somewhere where it had been open sim, but it was like just one region, one sim, Second Life style. With nothing on it, flat, it looked huge.
Yes.
I get a couple of bumps that I call hills later. Yes, it transformed. But actually, when I ran one on my own computer, an Outworld thing, I mean, I started off with 2x2, and then not enough room here, so I put more land on the eastern and northern edges. You can't do the south and west easily, but so it became 3x3 and 4x4. And the last time I was there, it was 5x5. And I literally had an empire on a desert island. So. But yeah, it's really a lot to maintain. I mean, it's lovely to have that space. I'm sure when you go out and get a house and get on a horse, you can ride around and feel like you've got a lot of space to do it in. But when you actually think about it, would you really want more space, where you'd actually end up even more time spent trotting around? And I don't know what it is, but I think there must be a ideal size for like a farm, maybe 3x3. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's really, I mean, like you said, it's overwhelming because here's this chunk of land. I know what was in my mind, and I'm looking at, and I can remember the first days because I'm like, okay, where do I even start?
Yeah.
I mean, that was crazy. And I know the very first thing that I did, if I can even remember, because we've had this now for a couple of years, but I started with putting all the crops out because I had to have all the food before I could have animals. And of course, I was so excited to get animals again. But and this is a 2x2, so I had to ask. I couldn't remember.
You probably did have an advantage because of the biggest goof I made, well, still make it now if I can, on the first little plot of, the first one sim I had somewhere on open sim is, I thought, I understand terraforming. Did I help? Oops, that mountain is not quite what I intended, and it's a bit higher. And the texture is stretched, and all the stuff that you really have to you have to practice before you actually do it. And of course, if you don't know what you're doing and you end up with that, you don't know how to undo it. There's no undo buttons in OpenSim. That's
No.
really missing, You just had to get a tool that flattened everything and start over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this bit of film is actually stopped at an aerial shot. Now, I'm going to move while we're talking. I'll just move to the one, the longer film I took this morning. This is it's 18 minutes. This, so I thought that was a good place to start. The welcome sign. Yeah, so there's a little bit of minor fiddling around here while I attempt. I don't know whether I cut it out of the film, but I did attempt to.
I like it. It really should say Caneville Farm, but we started out as Caneville, and then we ended up had to redo the region, and so then that's when farm came in. I just haven't updated my site, but not yet.
Oh yes, you'll be grateful that I cut out the bit of me trying to get on the horse.
Oh,
it was not happening. I didn't think of the AO business, but
yes,
anyway.
I should have warned you, because most everybody forgets to turn the darn thing off.
But what I tried to do on this bit was, I'm obviously a bit higher, but so get the feel of tossing along the path, would be on a horse. So then do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go straight on? Oh, I like that bridge. I'm going to go over that.
Yeah, there you go. But then you have to go around and come back.
Yeah, rather rustic. And of course, you have still got the animals here, as we're going to see now. There was a bear. Oh yes, I even zoom in on him. Hello, Mr. Bear. He's not animated, is he? But he looks suitably bearish. And lots of I noticed you've got a thing everywhere. Well, not absolutely everywhere, but all over the place. These multicolored, almost psychedelic mushrooms, which are great. They're so colourful. They stand out against the foliage, kind of thing. That's a nice little build there. I've not seen that one before. So how much actual time do you think you've spent, sort of in terms of, well, you're not going to say hours, are you? Months, years, putting this together so far?
Yeah, well, of course, and then this place, this is our home. So this is where we call home all the time. But, oh my gosh, we completely streamlined the farming stuff. So you actually now can have animals that you no longer have to feed or water. And all of the animals we have now, we don't have to do anything to them. They're just there.
Animesh is presumed.
Yeah. So, which is lovely. So spending a lot of time here, we don't have to, but it's so funny because, anybody with a build, you start walking around and spending a day and you're like, oh God, I got to fix that. And oh God, I got to fix that. And then, hey, pretty soon it's hours.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, do you have black Animesh dogs? Or one would be enough?
I probably have all kinds, but I don't really have any other type of Animesh going except our farm animals now, because I'm trying not to, have a lot of stuff interact with those, just trying to make sure the sim continues to work well. And so it's mainly, I'm trying to think, I believe I have pretty much almost all just from the farm. And it's Vivo Sims Farms, I think is what it's called now.
I'll be visiting. I didn't have time to visit the last week because I had to go to Germany and I just came back today. But I will come, take a visit, look around and see what I can see and what I can find.
Yeah, I hope you do.
Good. Oh, I sure will.
I probably will too, oddly enough, because I'm just, when I'm filming, I think, oh, I'll see if that's copyable, but I don't, because it will show up on the film, So, I'll come back later and see if I can get that. And of course, later.
Well, come back when you can ride the horse properly, and then you'll get the full view of all of it. So,
anyways, I think most sims you have to go more than once, because in one time, unless you stay there 3 days in a row,
right?
Then you might not have to come back again.
I love the detail this I got on the second film today. I love the detail in the buildings I actually got into here. I mean, it's some great
Nice.
furniture and stuff. I mean, I haven't seen, well, maybe I've seen it before and not remembered, but this little
Probably.
this little desk I'm coming to now, I mean, it's so intricate with all the little
Yeah, it's
the way the
beautiful.
door's open, but it's just a period piece, It's,
Yeah,
it's just
my
nice.
inventory, I will tell you, has I don't even know how many items I have, and I don't even want to look, but it's amazing
you
the
better
stuff
not.
that you grab. No, I don't want to look.
You
I'm
you
sure I
get
don't want to.
scared. I do every time I look at my inventory. Oh, no, cannot be true.
Yeah, also you have too many things around. They tend to slow down.
Yeah, but you know what happened to me once? I said I clean up my inventory and I threw out a bunch of things that I thought I didn't need them anymore. And
yes,
exactly those things the next time
And
I
then you
came
go look
online,
for them
I
again.
needed them. I needed them
Yes,
urgently.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
Nope. I figure, hey, at one point I'll look for them, or somebody will come and ask. Somebody will come on the sim and say, hey, do you have this or this? And I'll be like, I think I do. So that's been okay.
But it's really
I love
lovely.
to share.
And that's the lovely thing I really like about OpenSim, that you can really get so many things for nothing,
Yeah, it's amazing.
People are so generous. They are so artistic. They're such good builders, and so with so much imagination and artwork, and so generous at the same time. I think that's just really wonderful.
Absolutely. I know I keep telling when I go on a sim, I just always tell everybody, gosh, thanks for sharing all this with us, because I can put it together, but I certainly can't build this kind of stuff. There's no way that's coming out of this brain of mine, but I can put it together for you. I can decorate.
Yeah. No, you're doing really, really nice,
Thank you. Thank you.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you so much. Oh, so my hubby's watching along, and he just sent me a message. I have used 82,408 prims on the 3 running regions total that we have up.
He went off and counted them.
Yes. Can you imagine what that would cost in Second Life? No.
Oh, no, yeah, literally impossible.
Yeah, no way. No way.
You'd be broke.
Oh, yeah.
But performance generally in open, we have a lot of problems in OpenSim, but also, I mean, I often, I'll be like on your region here like this morning, and then if I'd had to quit Firestorm and go to Second Life for some reason, I'd have been dreading it, because there's lag everywhere in Second Life. Anyway, interesting. Anyway, if you go to an event, they squash so many regions onto servers and economize where they can. And it's just a joy to be back in OpenSim. Even your mouse and your keyboard it feels free.
It does. I can't believe the difference.
Yeah, and I used to use I had a horse in Second Life many years ago, and one of the things I actually loved doing was, instead of going to all the parties and socializing, because I'm a boring antisocial person, I am really, I would just get on my horse and find an area with nobody on it, preferably with hills and valleys and mountains, and I'd tromp the horse around, and I wouldn't play the Inworld music. I'd be playing some music at home that I thought would suit the journey. Like people for a while they get these exercise, these pedal bike exercise things, don't they? And some of them actually have a little screen on them, and they give you a virtual world so that you can practice real world cycling, but what you're seeing in front of you is actually a virtual world that you're cycling to. So you get fit at the same time. That feeling is lovely. Is that? Oh yeah. Oh, the what is it? Lord of the Rings. This, isn't it?
There you go.
Yeah.
My little fairy village. I love my
I was going to say, this looks quite mystical here.
Yeah.
I wonder what happens if you eat a bite of those mushrooms.
yeah, but they're psychedelic already, aren't they? So
I would suggest finding a spot to sit down in, and then
just in case, yes.
Just in case.
That's right. Be stabilized.
Yes. Yeah. Don't be standing. Just sit.
And just don't make sure you don't hit the arrow button. Points upwards. Oh my God! Yes, that'd be very funny. So
Oh.
yes, yes, I moved around the coast a little bit here, sort of.
Just
It's sunny. I think it's just coming up. I just turned the corner and then I suddenly saw a bit I don't think it's seen from anywhere except from on the coast. And I sort
it's
of
just really very enjoyable, very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's been just a wonderful adventure. This especially because I hadn't had. I mean, I've been doing these farms for ages, and I didn't have one for a long time. And you kind of, it's so weird. You get so OCD about this stuff. I don't know what it is about farming. I do not know, but like my hubby Alex, he'd never done anything like this before, and so I got him involved. And oh my gosh, he was out working harder than I was. I was like, see, it gets under your skin or something. I don't know what it is.
I think for a long while, when you get very fully immersed in these things, I mean, I've always been doing news and stuff like that. But
yeah,
a long time, the majority of my time in World was literally being in World and building a bit and enjoying, decorating and doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And
now you're in her house.
There's always another bit to do. I mean, somehow, sort of the appeal of that after about 15 years wore off. But not totally, but sort of. Not so quite obsessive.
Well, I think it's a part of human nature to want to tend to something you care about, and so
it must. That must be it.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, Pen, in real life, do you have anything to do with farming?
Actually, no, not at all. I work in a call center. Very boring, not boring job, just a very
well, all the better that you have something with imagination and creative to do in your spare time.
Absolutely. That's what drew me to this place to begin with. So it's just like, I can forget about all the stuff that happened in real life for the day, and I come here and just relax, and
wonderful.
That's it. Yeah.
I rather suspect that if you were a farmer in real life, the appeal of an in-world farm would not have been there. You want anything.
Well, you never know.
True. Some people have real world hobbies like train sets and things like that they actually recreate in
fun,
world. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I kind of got a little close to being type of a farm person last year. Was it last year? I guess it's been a few years ago, but because I moved to another state and ended up meeting some people, and they just started kind of helping them out on their farm. Oh my God, they had so many head of cattle. It was ridiculous. But I kind of got into it with them, but then I moved back because of work and everything. So that was the end of that. That lasted for about 3 months.
You didn't do the cowboy thing with your horses or anything, like lassoing?
No, I didn't get into all of that.
That's rodeo. That's not farming, is it?
Well, I think they do all that, though. I mean, they do get onto the rodeos and whatnot. And maybe eventually, I don't know. Riding horses, I don't know. I did that when I was a young girl, but
nice.
That was a long time ago.
Well, it's those mechanical horses that people. And you've got to try and stay on them as long as possible, and they look like hell. I'm sure a real horse is not going to be that mad.
And then Alex has pointed out, yes, I do have a huge love for animals. Now that's different. That him and I both. I mean, if I could take every stray that I ran across in real life to my house, I would. But there you go. I would love it.
Our favorite little cat there. You notice we got a cat and a monkey in the studio. Actually,
I know they're cute.
I don't know where the cat's gone. He's wandered off somewhere. But he's here anyway. We've got the monkey still. The monkey never moves. He just poses in front of the long shot camera.
It's the only monkey that meows that I know of.
It's very good. Very good indeed. Okay, I think what I'm going to do right now, because of timing, I'm going to actually pause this film. We've still got more film to play later. But you've also brought along some pictures, which are your favorite things. And we're sort of we move into sort of what you might call presentation mode. You're going to go through the slides you brought and sort of give us a talk as you go through them, about whatever it is. I haven't seen them yet, favorite places or whatever they're going to be. James will no doubt be switching on my prompts, be switching to the other screen. And I've told you how to do it. Basically, if you just click on the screen that says Inworld Review at the moment, you'll be on your first slide, and you can talk us through them.
Let's see. God, I'm trying to remember what all I took pictures of. So really, some of this, I think a lot about. I just like to do some of the greenery and the flowers. I love flowers. Just the prettier, the better I can find, and I'll just load my sound. I mean, I think you noticed that once you finally got down and started walking, I just have greenery all over the place, and it was pretty bland looking until I finally started.
Are you clicking on the slides? I didn't see them.
Let's see. Not myself.
No, across from you, up in the air, you've got the one that says Inworld Review on it.
Oh, there we go.
There you are. Right. So
there we go. Now I got the right one.
On the first of the slides now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought it wasn't moving.
Of course, this is just that big house. You were inside it. It's just a monster of a home, and it's just one of my favorite places to go look because it's of course, you know, greenery, flowers, what have you. I love all of it. And if you guys hear a dog in the background, that's just my dog. He's waking
very
up.
good. I did warn you about our dog too.
Yes.
He tends to get hungry when we need to close the show.
Oh,
he's lurking there under the slideshow actually, but he usually stays shut up till near the end.
Oh no. He
done well better anyway, and we started late. So
yeah, we did. Yeah, thanks to me. No, and this just more of these beautiful places that I have. That's a real pretty waterfall that I have that I found that I got to put in, and I like to look at it quite often. And this is looking towards the church. These little mushrooms, these flowers, I'm telling you, I just was drawn to them when I first found them and then started putting them together. And they just kind of make me feel like I'm in a little fairyland when I go walking around.
Wonderful placement of plants. It really is. It really is an art. Yeah.
It is, yeah. And it sometimes they look great. Sometimes you kind of look back and go, no, that didn't work. Yeah, and this is just a little bit of ruins that I had here. I used to have more, but it's funny, I can't seem to find them all. So this is a really nice home. Just going inside, it amazed me how big this place is. And I don't know if you actually went inside there, went across the bridge and went inside, but it's pretty cool inside.
I think there's some bits of film that I've been inside that are yet to come.
Yeah. And maybe that's
some of these very rustically looking ones. I love the architecture, the old thatched roofs and things like that.
Me too.
It's quite funny when you go inside. They're much bigger than you actually think. You know, you think, oh, that's
they are absolutely.
Cottage, you know, but when you get inside, you realize it's not quite a cottage.
Yeah, this is just like in pieces. You kind of look at it, but then when you walk in the door, there's like a room on this level and a room up above and another one. So I walk in there and I think, God, how would you heat this place? You'd freeze to death. It's so funny. I started thinking about things like that when I walk in them. This is just one of my little pretty little girls from the.
That's an animation. Yeah, is that a like little statue or is it an animation?
No, that's let's see. Let me think. What is she? She is just a little statue that I have.
Just a little underfed.
Goes with mushrooms, you know, that whole and of course the building she's standing in front of is the Tolkien Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit.
It is for the Hobbit village. Yeah, this is my little fairy village. I may have to find some hobbits someday and actually move them in. Oh, and this is one of my favorite little dogs. Duchess, I think, is her name. It's just her face. I love her face. I had to.
It's got it's a pure photograph, isn't it? Wrapped around yeah. Yeah,
it was cute.
Dogs and cats do. They have such wonderful expressions, you know. But
I know, actually,
in the case of cats, mostly, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Dogs
well, it was cute because I was standing there taking a picture of him and he just dropped. I'm like, oh my God, you're posing, you cute little thing.
Okay.
Oh, and these are just our leopards. I think I just took pictures of the different leopards and whatever all that we have.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are. They're absolutely gorgeous. Some of these animals are a little odd to look at. They're just not quite, but these two were just, I think their eyes are beautiful. So
Yeah.
took pictures of them. And of course, that one's got his head underground. My ostrich, one of them. I think the first time I saw them do that, I busted up laughing. I didn't realize they put their head under the ground, but they do. Let's see, unicorns. There we go, giraffes and camels, some of my bigger animals. A couple of llamas. I can't remember all their names. I tell you their names.
They're really wonderful. Let me see. I'm
Yeah.
looking for some very urgently. Are they animated or not?
They're part of the farm. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, you'll have to come check them out.
Do they spit?
No, thank God they don't. I might have a problem with that, but no, they're very sweet.
Oh, good.
Well, imagine they spit and you have a big snot hanging on your avatar's shoulder.
We strive for realism. That's right.
That would be cool.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen a llama in real life. I've seen most animals.
Oh, I have definitely.
Yeah, well, these are pretty good. I mean, we have some around here on farms that aren't too, that are in the country that shouldn't be in Kansas, but they are where I'm at. It's kind of blows my mind. Look, llamas, and then, oh my God, a zebra. I mean, it's just the craziest thing.
Oh, we have a comment from YouTube that I'd like to share. Chris says, you have so many wonderful things. I would love to get stuff like that for home sim. So maybe at some point you can talk about where you found some of the things.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And
another shopping show where you don't pay any money.
There you go.
Right.
Well, and if he wants to come visit me too, by golly, I'll fix him up with landmarks and everything. So
okay.
Gosh, I don't remember where I grabbed this from, but I'm trying to think. One of the biggest places, let me see if I can find it, because it's the place where I found most of these buildings. And that's been, I think, the biggest thing I have shared with everybody is trying to figure out where to go, but I need to figure out where I went. Give me a second here.
Do you have any particular favorites of places you, inverted commas, shop?
Well, the region I go to for buildings, it's called houses.
Oh, right. Very obvious.
Yeah, it's just called houses, and it's, Cartoplexia. You guys probably know her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's her sim, and she has gathered, I swear, everything you could possibly find in a build. It is a fabulous place to go to. It's fabulous. If you're trying to figure out buildings to put something together, she's got multiple themes of everything everywhere, but it's just houses. So you can definitely find that there. And then the things that, let me think here. Another wonderful place to go.
I'm busy reading my animash from my inventories, trying to find a black dog or American Bully. That's a dog, isn't it? I think that's the one that's banned in England.
Oh dear.
They're sort of, I don't know. I'm not going.
Is it evil or something?
No, I think they just attack people. They can't be properly disciplined. So.
Oh dear.
They're particularly prone to attacking children.
I always say that's the owner's problem.
Oh, yeah, so they're actually illegal here now. Although I think once they existed before the law changed, it can be kept as long as they're permanently on a leash.
Oh goodness.
I've put
Let's see, another great place.
I put the URL for houses on screen. So.
Oh right, lovely.
If you want to see that, it's at Alternate Metaverse.
Oh, perfect.
Right. Yep.
Oh, there you go. Yay! Excellent. Yep, that's it. Oh, people, they'll be thrilled there when they're looking for new stuff.
Good.
And then
and making a little propaganda in my own name, so to speak, is in craft. There is a sim that's called Noah, or Noah's Ark. Even I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
I've been there
And it
recently.
has a third floor that is from last year or the year before, and is full with mesh animals, and they're really beautiful. They're not animated necessarily, but they
Right.
are. Some of them have a little bit of animation, but they are really, really, really beautiful. I didn't make them, but I got them from some people and like that, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
we put them up there, and they're really astonishingly. So whenever you need something from exotic to anything you need, was Noah is the place.
Yep. And I put the URL for that on screen. Craft World.
Oh, I need to go. I need to go there. So I can tell everybody a lot of the greenery, the flowers that I have,
Oh, nice.
those all, yeah, all of that came from R.Lion store.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's, I don't know whether that's an avatar or an animation, but it looks like Third Beckhausen, doesn't it? Third's self.
Oh, his big
He's
elf.
always
Yeah.
too big to fit on seats and everything. It looks a
Right.
bit like a goblin or whatever it is.
I know, any cute though.
Oh, cute. It's a little mean looking. Is like the opposite of cute. It looks like a little bastard, really.
He looks like
He
he's
looks a little
leaving the house with
mischievous there. It's
something in
like,
his
okay, what have
bag.
you got in there is what you
Right.
want to look at. Like, wait a minute.
Oh, now here's one for you.
Oh, no.
You should be able to take it. Animesh Stable Boy.
Oh,
That's what you want on a farm, isn't it? I don't know about the dance, but it's called Animesh Stable
stable
Boy.
boy.
So you can
Oh
take.
my
Oh,
God.
cool, yeah.
You can take
Okay, I
it.
took a copy of him.
Yep. There's your little present for being here.
I love
I
it.
was
Thank
actually
you
looking
very
for a
much.
black dog for Thursday, but I haven't found a black dog so far. Well, closest I can get is a song. Obedience.
Actually, he kind of looks because my hubby, my Inworld hubby, Alex, he's just got this little dance that he does when he's waiting for me. I'll come in world, and all of a sudden he's just shaking that little butt of his, and it's just the cutest thing ever. So what that reminds me of, he's gonna go, "Oh my God, she didn't just say that."
You've got some elves, but they're actually avies. They're Animesh avies, so presumably you have to wear them instead of plonking them down. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be coming out talking with you instead of searching our inventories for
Well,
places.
no, it's okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm
Are you
trying to get the picture of the two of us. I know it's up here somewhere.
But no doubt get to it. Again, we're back to lovely arrangements of flowers and things, and that's a little courtyard.
Yeah, and see, most of that is R.Lion. That's the majority of all of that. So, and I tell people about his place because you can't copy, you can't share that. You have to go to his store, which is fine. That store,
Yeah.
if you've never been there, it is phenomenal. The work he does, what he creates, is phenomenal. I can't stop saying that. It's amazing, truly.
Can you say it again and what grid it's on?
Yeah, it's R.Lion.
R.Lion.
Yep, store. Oh, look at him. Now that's an evil looking one.
The dancing troll, yes, that's something else. Yeah, I better start watching your pictures instead of. Oddly enough, I've got these animations. I've got huge folders of them, and of course, they're so big. I never read them at the time.
Well, see, I could put someone like him at the gate of that little fairy village. That way, nobody's gonna come in.
Yeah, you're welcome. Grab it. I think there's a couple of fairies
Okay.
somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
You see, folks at home, this is how easy it is in OpenSim. You can pick up things and collect them, and then you can just dump them down and give them to somebody who can pick them up.
That's exactly right. He won't let me.
It's not that easy in Second Life, I tell you.
Oh shoot, that would have cost what? 10,000 for the guy and 50,000 for the elf. I mean, it would have been ridiculous. So.
Yeah.
Oh, he won't. I can't click on him. He won't let me. He won't. He's not copyable.
Oh. I'll just have a look. I don't know whether. Well, of course, I picked it up myself, so.
Let me get a picture of.
Well, I'll have a look around. You can focus on your pictures now. Talk us through the pictures, and I'll see what I've got that
Okay, so I'm on the picture. That's Alex. That's my hubby. That's us in front of our house. That's there in the same region. I think that's the last one I took. But he's a
Oh,
good man, that's for sure.
it says you can copy it actually. So I think,
No,
He'd better, because we don't tolerate shitty men.
we don't. I'm telling you, hon, I got very lucky when I found him. And it's so funny how we found each other too. So, and it'll be, 3 years in November. So, yeah, we've been together a long time and it's been just absolutely wonderful.
Cool.
oh, this chap looks familiar.
How long have you been in excuse me, how long have you been in say in OpenSim?
Oh my gosh, when did I start? So it would have been, let's see. Okay, I've been playing around with him for 3 years now on this avatar. So probably, I don't know, 5 years, maybe longer.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a while. Probably longer than that. I just forget how long it was on my other character.
Oh, I can just look
Characters.
at your profile. I forgot.
Yeah, you can look. Yeah.
2
You
years,
can look
7
and tell
months.
me. Okay.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so that's on this character because we both created these new characters just so we could have the same name. But it's
Of course.
you
Right.
know, it's fun to do that.
Yeah, we've actually been working on things a wee while longer.
Oh yeah, that's the last one. All right, that was
Oh,
it.
it's okay. We've got through those quick, considering how
Yeah.
we have more. I thought we had a lot there. Okay, well that's great, and we're getting an exhibition of animators here too.
Advancers.
I'm just looking for fairies or anything that might be appropriate to your build, but Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. There we go.
That's the Harry Potter himself. Dobley. Oh no, that's
I think I've got
Hmm.
doubly. I think I have Harry Potter, and I believe I don't remember what the other guy's name was. There's a few other of those characters
yeah,
that I have.
yeah.
Some of the Animesh stuff that I've got a huge folder of it, or we got a big folder, and some of them kind of tear up the sim. Some of them I'm not too sure of.
Yeah, I think I was actually given these as a really big folder called sort of assorted animatches or something. And
Yeah, we probably got the same one. Yeah,
you open it up and then, oh my God, I can't try out all those.
they do. I
But
think we've all shared that with each other.
yeah, we do occasionally drag them out on stage here, actually, but like if I don't know, so if we're talking about Tolkien, we try and find a Tolkien, wouldn't we? And you'll notice, so your baby Yoda, you got to see him under the boots.
Oh, he's cute.
That guy's going to stomp on him in a minute, isn't he? Oi, oi, oi.
He's cute. Look at him. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Baby Yoda.
Yeah, it's sort of, yeah. I wonder how that TV series would have gone if it hadn't been for the baby. Probably wouldn't
Not
have
very
gone.
well. Not as
Yeah.
good.
Oh, and he's hovering too. That's right. Okay. So, okay, we'll finish the pictures. Let me continue on the center screen with the rest of the film we got here. Actually, it's not that much more. Probably 5 minutes more. Get it going again. Yeah, there we are. And talking about animals, horses, and everything else. What are your plans for the future here? I mean, I know it's immense what you got here already, and as you say, you walk around finding bits you need to fix all the while. But
Yeah,
have you
all
got
the
any more
time.
expansion plans? Or are you going to have a
So,
what? Really?
right now we're really just trying to concentrate on a beach theme sim, which is huge.
Oh, right, separate sim.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, this is nothing. And then, like I said, I do have a mall. It's Panda Lights is the name of my little small town America mall is what I call it, because the mall's real small. It's more about the town, everything that surrounds it.
It's a barn dance building. So do you
Yes,
hold
it is.
hold
Yes, it
dances
is.
there? Do you get friends over for dances?
I could, yeah, sometime.
And I like this too, where we're coming in from the air again. That nice central sort of puddle of I always call lakes puddles. The mass of water there just changes the environment totally, because you see everything aligned around the water. So yeah, and this greenhouse is just so full of
this
plants.
place to just relax or relax, and then the lighting. Oh my gosh, this place in the morning is my most favorite time of day, because it is that pink hue that comes over as this. Oh my God, that's like my favorite time here. It's absolutely just stunning to me.
Dawn.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you have to try it sometime. Just come over. And
yeah, sometimes I sometimes just sitting around and think, God, this has got to be a different time of day. I mean, not usually anything elaborate, but just tweak the settings for the time on the clock, so to speak. Now, if people do visit here, I should have asked this actually. I mean, you're a collector as much as many other people are. Can people pick up take copies?
Oh, almost everything. Yeah, it's just like the few things from like R.Lion that are not copy. I mean, and they'll ask me, and like for his items, I will say, you got to go to the store. So I do have a few, but almost everything on this place, this 36,000 some odd prims that I have out, are copy.
That's great.
Including a fridge if you want to get cool there. And there's the cat. There's no nice dog, but he's not animated. But no.
Yeah, the dog's got a little baby with her.
Yeah, I mean, so this touches the indoors too, because it's so rustic, I think is the word. You know, the whole feel there.
I love the kitchen. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it feels out of time.
You.
You know, no modern mod cons in there. You know, this is actually the one that really attracted me because of the thatched roof. And I mentioned earlier, when I got in there, it was far bigger than I thought I was going to get.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's probably my favorite little cottage I think I've ever found of all of them. It's just adorable. Not a lot to it, but it's adorable.
And there you have, that's coming to the end of the film. So, of course, it stops with an area. I think we're at the end. Yeah, it stops at an aerial view. So, you know, breaking out the middle with that big lake.
Yes. Yep, and then that top area up at the top to the left, that's our private home. We don't let anybody in there.
Oh, on that little sub-island at the top left. All right. Well, you don't get my camera got in there.
Well, you were in there, and that's okay. It's like, oh, look, there's our home.
True. Let's hang on a sec. Let's send it back a bit so we've
there we go.
We're looking at the beginning again, so to speak. Yeah, I didn't actually I'll go to the first film that we opened with, because that was only about 5 minutes anyway. But I did catch more on this film of what I didn't get on the longer film was on the coast there, where you got the ships and the platform.
Oh yeah.
I think we only see a bit of it, you know, but that's a whole different environment, so to speak, isn't it?
It is.
Walk around the corner and ocean, dog, ships, and again,
always, like those things of imagination where people just, wherever you land, that's always like a separate spot for me. Okay, this is how you got here, and then here, this is what you get to see. So,
yeah, and yeah. Everything. So, do you consciously think of a kind of time period in which the island is set? I mean, I know you've got houses and cottages and things like that. They're all a lot of variety there. But do you think of it as a state of time somewhere? You know, not an exact thing, but like
more
role play.
I mean, I had more in mind of just a earlier times, I should say, because I had, of course, it was quite funny. I had different, like I had trucks, and then I had wagons and different things on the sim. And I thought, well, shoot, these are all different time periods. So I got rid of all of that. Of course, then it just started changing because we completely changed the farm, and I didn't have to have anything really of crops or, all of this stuff that used to be all over the place, because there were lots of dirt all over.
Yeah.
but that's all gone now. So now it's just more of a place of my animals have this beautiful home that they get to run around in and walk around in and live and breathe, and people can come here and just enjoy. And if you're having a hard time or if you've had a bad day or whatever, come here and then just walk around. And the animal sounds, now I don't know if you heard, but if you come in, turn off the music, and the sounds that you hear on this sim, you'll hear all the animals. And then I have, a variety of animals you would hear in a forest. It's just really beautiful, kind of knock you
I
on your
should have
feet
thought of
sometimes.
that. Yeah, I should have thought of that because I could easily film with sound on, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to be prompted, really. I'm so used to just diving in, firing up the camera for visuals without. And also, is my camera set to the avatar? Hear sound for avatar or hear sound for camera, and
Yeah,
it's extra stuff to do. I've actually filmed some interactive things where I've had hear sound from camera. And as I move the camera in and out, the sound fades in and out. So you're adding a whole new
right.
to the sound that's on the land because I'm operating it with the camera. But I haven't done that often. I just forget, to be honest.
Sure.
And obviously, when we're talking, we don't normally play videos with sound because we want to hear ourselves.
Right. Yeah. No kidding. Well, no, it's like I say, it's a very noisy sim. So I should put a sign up, because you know how people have all their sound things all the way up. Well, and if you turn your music off, it'll actually kind of overwhelm you a bit. But
I actually can't. I actually can't stand sound sims with sound, which are environmental sounds, and then they ruin it by having a radio that plays
yeah,
with adverts more likely than not. I mean, that actually spoils the immersion to me. I'd rather just have the vision and the the ambient sounds, the waves and the wind,
right.
the rustling of trees, and
Yeah. Well,
things.
it'll immerse you into life, into like animal life, just immediately. So if you get a chance, just kind of stand there for a second, and it's amazing because you can hear all of those animals. They all have their sounds that they do.
Oh, lovely.
I just finally figured out it was the peacocks that were going crazy last night. I kept asking my husband, "What is that?" He goes, "It's the peacocks." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
I have stayed with peacocks, and there's a local park here that has some peacocks, and my God, are they noisy!
Yes,
Yes,
that's
they
what he
are.
said.
They sit on the walls above where humans can reach, or the rules of a ruined building, at the edge of the park there. And if they want to talk to each other, I mean, it's you need hearing muffles on.
Oh my
it's worse than a
God.
concert because I can't understand what they're saying. All I know is they're bellowing like mad. And they're also pretty when they fluff up all their.
Oh, they are.
But they can be it's noisy, and it's not really a pleasant noisy either.
No, kind of a loud whatever that noise is.
Yeah, it's like a jungle sound.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that last night, and I just had to laugh. I'm like, oh my, okay, we are standing way too close to them then.
Yeah, well, true. And back to the closing aerial shot on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, that place is good.
Well, we've covered all the pictures and stuff like that. So, James and Tosha, any more pertinent questions for Pan?
Well,
We haven't covered yet, kind of thing.
well,
You don't.
I'm so overcome. There is little left for me to ask. If not asking how much time you really needed to build all this stuff. But I think you answered that already, no?
Yeah. It took a while. Of course, I work full time, during the week. So it was mainly during the evenings and then on the weekends. But, and you still have real life that interferes with you. So it took, I'd have to ask Alex how long it took me. I don't really remember. You just get into it and you just go 90 miles a minute.
Yeah.
change this, get that going. Okay, that's not right. Change it, move it, what have you. So
Yeah.
to be honest, I really don't know how long it took me to build.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good way. It's a good way, really. You mentioned also um, a beach area. Well, not a beach area here, but that would be a separate.
Yes. Yes.
Is that going to serve any particular purpose, or you just want to have a beach?
Well, so we just want to have a place where, as everybody does, you go there and we have a lot of beautiful different places to stay there as well. And that's what we're kind of trying to get down is all the buildings
Right.
and little huts and all the different things you could possibly stay on and sleep on and play on. And we're kind of to that point getting the land all right, and then so
Yeah.
next thing will be greenery, which that's almost one of my favorite parts, but it's just mainly for people to come, and we want you to be able to, we have all kinds of water vehicles that you can use to get all over the place. So
Yes,
Oh,
that's
they are fun too.
yeah, oh yeah,
It's another thing. I cannot drive. I go underwater and over the land, but I love it. It's just really fun.
well, these are water vehicles and they'll go over the land if you have to, so you're good there.
Yeah.
I used to have some that would. The problem is, I had a like 5x5 I mentioned, and originally I thought I could actually navigate the whole darned area in a boat or something, but some things came very close to the sim boundary, even 5x5.
Right.
The boats would get stuck and everything, and I always wanted to have more land. And when you mentioned the beach, I suddenly thought, well, this 5x5, it was always winter in the north, and it was always summer in the south, and the east and the west was spring and autumn, very roughly speaking. So that
Right.
by trouble, you walk from the bottom across or climb or whatever you had to do to get to the other end.
Right.
Of the region, you'd actually gone from summer, through to winter. Not totally accurate, but at the borders it was. And I always kind of like that, so, well, I'm up in my wintry cabin or something like that, and it's halfway up a mountain and there's snow around, and it's getting a bit chilly here. I think I better just teleport down to the south of the island, go on the beach, psychologically, it's and also this is something interesting. I'd like to know your thoughts on this, all of you actually, is when it's winter in Northern Hemisphere, where we are in real life, all of us anyway, the idea of going in world, right, in winter to a region that's summer is very appealing. And likewise, when it's boiling hot like it is here now in London anyway, then being able to go in world to a region that's like snow on the mountains and feels really cool, that's what's so pleasurable. It's the actual contrast of what you got in real life instead of an extension of real life. And
there you go.
I don't know about you two, but I actually, sometimes find that I think, oh wow, wonderful. I'm in the snow in midsummer.
Yeah, I like that. I get into that when I can get the right place and go and find the right. The thing that, oh gosh, that I've not really wanted to do, especially here. Now, this won't go through seasons. I just leave this region like it is. But like my mall, I've put it all through all 4 seasons. But wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Where is your mall? You haven't mentioned that.
Yeah, so it's Panda Lights is what it's called, and that was actually the first region that I put together. The first time I finally got to this grid, and we decided we were going to build again, but it's called Panda Lights.
I think if you probably type that into Discord, James will put it onto the
like the light. And is it on the same grid as your farm and everything?
Yes. Yes, it
cool,
is.
Cool.
This is all OS grid actually. So.
Then it should be.
Isn't it? Yes,
should be found. Yeah, cool.
No, that'd be good because we've seen this creation, but to actually visit the mall.
I think you would like it.
The beach when it reses. It's a whole other experience. So it'd be fun to watch you.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's just like I said, it's more. I do have a mall. There's like 6 buildings there that have things in it, but it's and it's right in the middle of the sim. It's everything I built all the way around it that just we're thrilled over, both of us. That was actually our first place where we called home. And then I had to get this place. But so the mall's quite beautiful. It's quite fun to just walk on the sidewalks up and down. And there's a lot there to view. And then I have this gorgeous Gothic church that's there. It's beautiful. We have a ball field. We have a McDonald's. We have a huge hospital. And you have to go in the hospital, especially in the operating room. It's phenomenal. I couldn't believe it the first time.
I think it was in Second Life. I had to wear it, but when it was, there were two sort of fake avatars with a stretcher between them.
Oh,
when I clicked on it, it put me in a lie down mode on the stretcher, and I remember doing a show once in Second Life where I entered on being put on in a stretcher by these. I was literally wearing the set that brought me onto the stage, and then I just got rid of it after. Yeah. But that was sort of the grand entrance on the stretcher.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, it was just a gag, but it was actually worked really well. So, yeah, so the mall actually is very much a build of a mall rather than, I mean, presumably you've got goodies in it on giveaway and stuff, but it's designed to replicate a mall rather than just be a mall to go and get stuff, if you see what I mean. So.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I just have a few. It's not huge as far as the mall, but I don't know, people that I see that go there, they're like, my gosh, I had no idea I could find more stuff. Of course, you know how we all are, we look all the time. But anyway, so yeah, it's just yeah, it is. But it's all the things that you can see. I've got a theater and I got this gorgeous spa. You got to go walk in the spa. You have to sit in all the different little things because it'll just immerse you into wonderful stuff. And
we got to explore more and maybe have you back actually when we've got to the other places, you know. So it's all very exciting. Yeah. I did warn you earlier that about sort of an hour and a quarter in, although my clock says 9:30. It's very yes, we've been an hour and a quarter.
You've got 3 minutes yet, Mal. 3 minutes.
Oh,
yes, I've already warned her basically that you do like animals. So when my hungry wolf informs me that it's time to eat,
I love it.
It means he wants attention.
Yes, I should have brought treats.
This is really accurate. James knows that the wolf is not going to speak for 3 minutes. How interesting.
I can make him speak.
He will be bang on time. You can keep a clock by the wolf.
Oh.
A poor baby Yoda is going to run a mile when that happens.
Right.
Maybe. Oh gosh.
There he is. I told you. Okay, we'll come and feed you. We now have 15 minutes of grace.
I love it. I love it.
We read it. Yeah. So yeah. Well. I can't. My mind's gone blank too. It's just it was so lovely, you know. The couple of days, a couple of visits I did anyway, you know, for filming. And just an ideal sort of place to wander around, you know, relishing in the whole environment. Next time I come, I will switch my sounds on and keep the camera closed.
There you go. There you go. Yep, get on that horse
and attempt to mount a horse in the lightest possible way, of course. All right. Yeah, so it's been great, and well, as I said, I'm sure we'll have you back. Any last questions from Tosha or James?
Yeah. What I want to say is, oh, James, sorry, I did not.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. What I think is so nice when I'm talking to you, Pen, is that you have not lost the sense of playing. You know, you seem like a kid when I talk to you, and it's so nice and this and that, and it's just wonderful, you know. I just really like that very much. So it's been a great pleasure talking with you.
Oh, thank you. It's been wonderful talking to you too. I really enjoyed this very much, guys. Thank you.
Despite the fact the sign on your sim says no child avatars.
Well, and the reasons, because there's a few little naughty spots, you know, if you really looked hard, that's like, maybe we don't need children here. You know, I mean, it's fun to play.
Sure.
Yeah, it's,
well, That would relate to my question too. I'm always curious about, with all these incredible builds, do you have people that role play on your grid, or do you like to get into role playing with the characters?
So, not yet. So far, we haven't had
Hmm.
anything or anybody say that to us. But then I'm off of the grid so often, I don't know. Heck, there may be people that come
Ah,
along, but
that's true.
they've
Right.
not said anything to us yet. But heck, I've told people when they visit, hey, you come back, you come and stay, you do whatever you want as long as you want. You are welcome. Bring whoever you want. You know how you always do. But
Yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah, if people would love to, I would be open to that, and I think it would be fun.
Cool.
They can do it. You can offset all the farming duties to other
Right, right.
people.
Well, there's not as many anymore now,
No, but I
so
mean,
it's
you can
you
get the you
know,
can extend into a. Have you actually thought of extending this region, from a 2x2 to a 3x3 and growing it out in the way that it is, or is the 2x2 enough?
um, I'm pretty happy with the way it is, but things, can evolve into something else, so you never know.
Yeah, very much. And James, anything else on YouTube that we've got any questions that are unanswered or anything?
Nope, nope. I actually had to close my browser for a minute, so but
Ah,
I think
right,
we're
yeah,
doing pretty good. Yep.
yeah, fair enough. Right, okay. Well, this is where we shut things down, I think. And don't worry, Wolf, you'll get some food in a minute or two. Right. So yes, well, I'd like to thank our wonderful guest, Pan. And Pan Kane. I've got to get first time I said this. It's the beginning, isn't it? Pan Kane, and her region, of course, is Caneville. And I think we've had on the alert some mention of the other regions that she has as well. So I
Mhm.
will be going and looking at the other regions too.
Yay.
We'll
There we go. Perfect.
have her back at some point. And yeah, what's else? Yeah, I'd like to thank the right hand man, the man of the knobs and the sits, James Atlloud. Thank you, James.
Yeah, sure thing. And as always, Mel, thanks for bringing us together to talk about these
Yeah,
great locations on the Open Simulator.
absolutely wonderful. And of course, to my co host, Tosha Tyron. Thank you, Tosha.
It's been a great pleasure. It's been a great pleasure for the sim, for our special guest, and okay, also for you guys.
Yeah, right. Three ticks of the box there. Yeah, very good. Okay, well, I'm going to wish you all a very good morning, a very good afternoon, a very good evening, or indeed a good tomorrow, depending on wherever and whenever you are. And for now, it's a wrap. Bye.